Hello. Welcome to my garage. November 8th, 2024. And see, the thing is, we live in the Midwest, so it starts getting cool outside around this time. There's not a whole lot of car shows going on. There might be a few more little meets here or there. It's chilly, not cold yet, but kind of getting into the mindset of doing some stuff out here. So, what do we have to do? Well, let me show you around. So this winter, we've got a few things that we're gonna do. We need to work on the Volvo. We need to put this engine in. I don't know if we're gonna do anything with the 911 up here. It might just kind of sit there. There's also the Beetle that is not here right now. It is not going anywhere. It was listed for sale. Changed my mind. So I think the main focus of the winter is going to be doing some stuff with the Volvo and just trying to get the garage cleaned up. And I think that would be a great place to start. Like, organize the tool bench, clear the stuff off the stairs, clear the stuff off the floor, and off the floor, and off the floor. Maybe organize all of these shelves. There's a lot of wasted space. We have the projector cart that is just filled of Volvo engine parts. We have the car wash corner that's kind of become just a little bit messy over here. There's the corner that just has piles of wood that I think need to get used or burned. And then there's the upstairs. Come with me. There occasionally is little attempts at organization up here. This is a combination of mostly Volkswagen and Subaru parts. The Beetle Subaru swapped, so there's things like a Subaru downpipe, coolant crossover, turbo, intercooler. Everything over here is Volvo stuff for the most part. Those are 911 taillights up at the top, but the original Volvo seats are there. There's a front radiator support thing. So we've kind of got to figure out a plan of what we're gonna work on here. Probably would be good to get this stuff off the stairs. I promise there will be more car stuff. This is just my first video. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. There will be more of this someday, which is gonna go in here. I really want to go through this, basically this whole thing the rest of the winter. The new engines tend to have one compression. It's got a nice modern cam. I have a lightweight flywheel to put on it. I want to pull the drive shaft out and get it balanced. All new suspension bushings, front and rear. I should put a stiffer sway bar on the front. I think that would be good. Align it better. And yeah, when that new engine goes in, it's going to be redoing everything that I've done already. So all the fuel injection, wiring stuff, most of it's laid out how I want it. But I just have to undo it and put it back on. There's a few little things, like it still has a mechanical fan. I don't plan on putting that in with the new engine, so I need to put an electric fan on it, and build a little harness for that. Clean up the engine bay more. There's just a bunch of, I think it was like rust proofing type of stuff that was in the inner fender well. Cleaned that all up on one side. Now the other side, once the engine's out, I'll be able to access it more. Just trying to get the engine bay cleaned up. This is not a show car, but it looks cool still. It's a nice driver and you don't have to worry about anything. So I'm kind of trying to do that with the engine bay too. Like, I want it to look clean and cared for. But it's a machine, you know, things have happened to it. There are experiences, and I'm not trying to cover those up. That's kind of part of the car, just like people, like the imperfections in people are kind of what make them interesting. Same thing with cars. So I need to take the gauge cluster back out. It has that R Sport gauge cluster in there. It's actually for a 240. There seems to be just enough little wiring differences. I'm still gonna try and kind of repin what I can to see if I can make it work. It looks cool. It's honestly a little not as functional as the original because it also has an R-Sport steering wheel, which is small, and it covers up a lot of the gauges. I'm kind of weighing, do I make the cooler looking, more unique gauge cluster work, or do I put the other one back in? I actually like the original. This is cool, but I don't know. You tell me. There's a lot to do. I am talking a lot because I'm avoiding doing what I said I was going to do. Get a surface cleaned, nothing else goes back on it. At least this sort of surface. Now, when I do things like shelves, I might pull stuff off and then put it back on in a different order. But surfaces that aren't supposed to have stuff permanently, good practice, for me at least, just get the stuff off, even if it's getting off and being put onto somewhere else. One of the things I definitely struggle with the most is just figuring out what to do with screws. I've got just various random little boxes. None of them are that significant. And they're assorted enough to where it's really hard to combine any of them, and they just end up getting stacked in just random places. Like wood screws. I have a pretty good system for bolts, nuts, machine screws. Those are all in these gray cabinets here. But just like wood screws, deck screws, nails, do have a little workbench inside and some storage inside. Maybe that's where I should move some of these and organize them. But I also do find myself just being out here in the garage. It's a place that's still kind of getting worked on. So it's nice having those out here. Screws out here, I don't know. I don't know what to do about them. So I think for the time being, they're probably just gonna sit in a box on the floor, which is where they were before they went up onto the stairs here. Now that these stair corners are cleaned out, I'm gonna sweep, and then I've got to tell myself, do not put anything else on here. You might notice this red box is still up here. Let me show you this, it's kind of cool. So my wife's grandfather was a B-25 bomber mechanic, machinist, something like that. But I know Ellen's dad has a lot of his like machinist tools, like really nice drill bits, that sort of thing. And he's been giving me some of his tools, and it's a little nerve-wracking because I feel like these are nicer tools than I deserve to work with, and just kind of knowing the family significance of them, I kind of more cherishing them than I am using them. But this is one of his toolboxes. Just interesting stuff. I mean, I think at this point, this box mostly has kind of general stuff that you might find around the house, like wire nuts, you know, punches, drill bits, a bunch of Allen keys, just some sockets, again, like little random household things. That's kind of cool. Just a little red light bulb, a little notebook, or a little calendar, I guess. It's got some like electric code stuff, some kind of like measurement cards that a machinist would have. Conversion tables. Again, it's one of those things where like I could maybe use some of this stuff, but it's also kind of nice keeping it all together. You know, these are just various, I guess, punches, probably like centering punches, I would guess. It's a really cool toolbox, and I kind of hate to separate any of it. And if I do, I feel like I've got to do something kind of significant with it, not just mix it in with all my other tools. For now, I think it's just going to reside in this box, and the box will probably go somewhere, at least not on the stairs. But I think let's give the stairs a quick little sweep. Might be near the end here. This I'm gonna be out here working on stuff. Maybe I'll keep doing this. I'd like to know what people are interested in. Feel free to leave a comment. We'll get into some more exciting stuff. But again, this is just kind of the first video, a little introductory. Here we are. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again.